Hello, everybody. I'm Grant Lankard. This is Yoshi. She's my co host tonight. At least let's hope that she sticks around for a little bit. I figured you guys would all like. Oh, you can even see her little name tag. It says Yoshi. I hope everybody's having a great night. I hope their night is a little bit better because they got to see one of my best friends, Yoshi. Let's see what everybody has to say. Oh, there goes Yoshi. Oh, well, I'm sure she'll be back. Donna's saying hi, everyone. Carl's also saying hello. Oh, you know what Yoshi's doing? Yoshi's going over to. We have all our windows open, so Yoshi's going over to sit by the screen door so she can feel the breeze on her face. Trey's saying evening. Donna's saying hi to Trey and the Witzman dude, also known as Carl. Carl's also saying hi. And Donna is reminding everybody to like and share. And she says, I know you're subscribed. And everybody is excited about Yoshi. How could you not be, right? She's the sweetest girl in the world, right? I actually have a cat on my shirt too. See, she's holding a what do they call that? A reaper. Okay. Let's see what we're gonna do first. Well, before I get too far along, I do want to mention that we're sponsored by the Independent Creator Directory. If you're interested in becoming a member of the Independent Creator Directory, contact Joe Bachman. And then if you guys haven't signed up to follow League of Cryptids #3, please do that as well. There's not a lot to see on here yet, but that'll change in about a month and a half. And I think if you guys were listening to Nevermind the Furthermore, you guys already know that I finished League of Cryptids 3. And I'm going to bring it up. So this is going to be one of the variant covers. I think you guys have already seen the main cover. But this is going to be one of the variant covers. And like I said, this is a PDF of all. Let me just zoom out so that you can see the whole cover. And then this is a PDF of the whole book. Are you guys ready with your pause buttons? I'm going to show you the entire book now. And then this is the standard cover. So you guys got all that? Were you guys able to pause it and sit and read each page? I don't think so. So I'm sending this. Actually, I sent this to my brother to take a look at it, and he's gonna proofread it. My brother's pretty good at proofreading, so I sent that to him, and then once he gets that back to me, we should be ready to go. And we're gonna have some pinups like we do every issue. It should be fun, right? So Carl is saying I should have kept up with the speed reading course. And Trey is saying, "Damn, I'll just need to get a physical copy." Well, good. I'm glad. I hope you guys do. Um, like I said, oh, I'm drinking wine tonight too. Yeah, Carl is pointing out that we have 50 followers so far. I like to have 100 followers, but we still have a little over a month for me to get 100 followers. So don't worry about that. And then I'm going to start working on a page for League of Cryptids 4. So this is going to be, I saved this part at the bottom for last because this is the hardest part. Because this is the part where this is lots of technical stuff. Like if you see these wings are mechanical. So that's the hardest thing to draw. Well, at least for not necessarily the hardest thing to draw, but it's the most labor intensive. Oh, and I need to change my brush here soon before I get started. I also have to change the color because I was almost about to draw the wings white instead of black. So, how is everybody doing this evening? Did everybody have a good weekend? So, Carl's asking me, do I have people who get issues 1 and 2 but then drop out on further issues? Here or there, but I mean, one of the nice things, Carl, is that I always offer um, the earlier issues, um, as add-ons. So if you get issue 1 and 2, but then you miss issue 3, well, then all you have to do is wait for issue 4 to come out, and then you can get issue number 4. Oh, something else before I get too far along. I want to mention. I do want to mention. I do want to mention this. So this is an anthology that I have a couple pages in. Um, Megaton Man by Don Simpson. These are comic books. He's been making these since the late 70s, um, or maybe early 80s. But I remember reading these when I was a kid, and I remember thinking that they were cool. And then I met Don Simpson at a convention, and he asked me if I wanted to be part of his comic book. And I was like, wow, is that cool or what? Somebody whose comic books I've actually seen like in a store, like when I remember growing up with, asking me to be in his anthology. But there's lots of great artists. Like I said, Don Simpson has been in the field for close to 40 years. So he's made lots of friends, a lot of people. He cashed in a lot of favors. Here's a page by Jim Rugg. If any of you guys know who he is, He's great. Trying to get to my page. Almost the entire book is up here on the Kickstarter. Here's my page right here. I think I have a total of 3 pages. He only showed one, but it says here John Workman. For those of you who don't know, John Workman is a famous letterer and Grant Lankard's League of Cryptids. So let me see. I'll put that in the chat as well. If you guys have a little bit of extra money, I hope you guys don't think don't get annoyed with me constantly promoting stuff on my show. But and you can see this is all Don Simpson's art. Don Simpson is a very, 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 very amazing artist. So yeah, so if you have a couple extra dollars, check that out. Huh. It's saying that it's having trouble connecting. Can everybody still hear me? So Carl is saying that he would expect me to promote comics, even if we are not really into comics. It doesn't bother us. We can still hear you. Okay, good. I can still hear you. Okay, I don't know why I got a message saying that they were having trouble connecting. I don't know. StreamYard is weird sometimes if you haven't noticed. But like I said before, I hope everybody's doing well tonight. It's a nice spring Monday evening. Not too hot, not too cold. And I am going to enjoy the night by trying to finish this page before I go to bed. And I'm not going to stay up too late because I have to be up in the morning. So what did you guys do this weekend? Anybody do anything exciting? I can tell you what I did. I worked all weekend because I knew that I was going to have to take my car to the mechanic today and that I wasn't going to be able to work, at least not Ubering, all week because they're going to be fixing that all week. I can't believe it's going to take them a week to replace the door on my car. So Trey says, I love seeing the stuff you're promoting. It's how I find new things I would never have found on my own. Well, thank you, Trey. I'm glad you like that. Donna says, promoting and supporting each other is what we're all about. Still interesting hearing about how other creators got into their groove. Yeah, I agree with you, Carl. That is interesting. I'm curious how you guys got interested in writing, or if it's just something that you've always been interested in. I think most people who have a passion for something, it's almost like it doesn't even feel like a choice of something you can or can't do. It's just something that you do, right? Donna says it was the weekend. I sat on my arse. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm assuming you did something. I know you like to play video games a lot. Uh, did you do anything else? I know you did the green room. At least I'm assuming you guys still do the green room. I think you do. I don't know. It's been years since I did that. You want to say hi, Angie? Angie said hi, but she said she's busy, so she can't stop and talk. But I'm sure they appreciate you saying hi. Carl says hi. She said hi back. Carl said, I think I got 4 hours of sleep last night, so I won't be up for much longer. Oh boy, I wonder what you were doing last night. I wonder if you were getting into trouble or if you were just having trouble sleeping. Carlos said that he's been writing since he was in 6th grade, but not always the same quality. Okay. Everybody's saying hi to Angie. You got a hi from Donna and you got a hi from Trey. Angie said that she thinks that's nice. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of the same way with me and making comic books. When I was younger, I did sometimes write prose. Um, I doubt that I'll ever do that again, though. I think I really like making comic books, so I'm not gonna. Not that I have anything against prose, but I just think I like comic books better. I like the market for them better. I like how quick they are to read. Um, you know what I mean? Like when I'm at a comic book convention and I sell somebody a comic book, I like the fact that I know, I'm not asking them to invest, months and months of their life, or maybe not months, but weeks and weeks of their life into reading this thing. I'm curious, Carl or Donna, yeah, I guess Trey can answer this too. If there was a writer who got you interested in books and making them, or if you've just always, it's just something you've always been interested in. So Donna's saying writing chose me. The voices just won't be ignored when they decide to tell me what to put down on paper. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, that's something that people don't tell you. If you choose not to be creative or choose not to carry out your creativity, that doesn't mean that you stop having ideas. And that's why I want to create stuff, because it's not a fun feeling when you have ideas for stuff and instead of carrying them out, you just kind of ignore them. Because, like I said, the ideas keep coming, and it's not fun to just have ideas for stuff that you're not indulging in. So that's why I create. My computer's gone a little bit slow. So Donna says most of my books can be read in an afternoon. Fair enough. Sarah said, "Well, I had no idea this was going on. No notification. Was looking something up and saw this." Yeah, unfortunately, Sarah, I forgot uh, to create this page earlier in the day, like I usually do. So you might have gotten the notice on short notification. Everybody's saying hi to Sarah. Trey is saying my mom always had shelves upon shelves of books around the house. We were just always reading. The first chapter books I ever got was Little House in the Big Woods from my neighbors. Oh, okay. I remember the TV show. I did not read the books, but I read a lot of books. One of my favorite books as a kid were the Chronicles of Narnia books. Many of you guys have read any of those? I was always a big fantasy guy. So Donna is saying that the writers who inspired her were Victoria Holt, Rex Stout, Mary Stuart, Agatha Christie, Charlotte Armstrong. That's just to mention the major ones. Okay. Uh, that gives me some names to look up. Donna's also saying hi to Sarah. And Trey saying I was a little girl in the woods. Okay, so that's why. What was her name? Laura Ingalls Wilder. Is that why you liked her? Carlos saying I just read a lot. Later it was Poe, Twain, and some other writers who helped me find a style. Trey saying hi, Sarah. Carlos said that he didn't have anyone local, but that would have been cool. People just told me that I was good at it, and I believed them. Wacky boy. Okay, cool. So it's probably the same way with most people get interested in writing. And Donna says all of those writers are dead now, but I have a complete collection of their books. Yeah, so maybe writing is a way to tap into a little bit of immortality, at least in theory. We'd all like to believe that, right? Um, so, Sarah, how are things going for you? I know you were in the process of moving. Are you done with that now? Are you all moved into BKM and Cookie's house? I hope so. I hope BKM and Cookie don't corrupt you too much either. Or maybe you'll do the corrupting of them. I don't know. Donna's saying I also had a varied collection of comic books. I would get a couple dozen of them whenever I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital a lot as a kid. Yeah, I remember you saying that before. Sarah's saying hi, fam, and Donna's saying TV shows also influenced me to want to write my own episodes of them. I wasn't aware that you were a comic book girl, Donna. Angie said that she read comic books growing up, but she said that if anybody would ask her if she read comic books, she would lie because she said that girls weren't supposed to read comic books. I don't know if it was the same way for you or if you would just tell the truth. But I can tell you when I was growing up, there were not very many girls who read comic books. And I would have thought that was the coolest thing in the world if I met a girl who read comic books. But yeah, I hope that everything is going well for you, Sarah. I hope you're all moved in to Mr. Morris's house. Mr. and Mrs. Morris's house. So Sarah's saying things have been on hold for a month and a half, waiting to get what I need covered by government and assistance, and can't move there or work until this ordeal is out of the way. That's interesting. My brother's kind of in the same boat. Um, my brother's in a kind of weird middle ground where he's too healthy to get government assistance, but he's not healthy enough to work. So we're trying to figure out what he's going to do. Um, we're trying to figure out maybe if he can get a part-time job or something. I guess we'll find out, right? But I know getting on government assistance is not easy, even for people who have like major disabilities. Takes months and months, and there's a lot of back and forth, a lot of going to the doctors, a lot of fighting, a lot of kicking and screaming. Well, maybe not necessarily kicking and screaming, but you do have to argue a little bit sometimes with the government assistance people. My point is that it's not always fun, but you know what is fun? This drawing that I'm working on. And I hope you guys are enjoying watching me do this. That sucks when I get the eraser to try to thin out a line and then I end up erasing the whole line. Ack! I don't know how that happened. Sarah's saying I wish I was there too. Yeah, I know you get along really well with BKM and his wife Cookie, so it's cool that you're moving in there. Donna says, I don't remember it ever coming up whether or not I was a comic book reader. I had everything from Disney to Ripley's Believe It or Not to romance comics, Superman, Batman, and Archie, of course. I never really understood Archie. I never understood why all these girls wanted to date Archie. So Sarah said that a lot of people are going through this. I'm on Medicaid, but it's the cuts that are going on. Sarah says, let's see the art. Welcome distraction. Cool. I'm glad that you view it as a welcome distraction. And now I can't find my cursor. What is the matter with me? So Sarah, you weren't here earlier, but the lovely Yoshi graced us all with her presence. If you don't know, Yoshi is one of the most adorable cats in the whole wide world. And I'm not saying that to put anybody else's cats down. I'm just saying everybody has one of the cutest cats in the whole wide world. Because that's the magic of cats. I don't know how my cat can be the cutest cat in the world and your cat can also be the cutest cat in the world. But that's just the magic of cats. I don't know if you guys heard that bell jingling in the background. Yoshi's jumped back up onto my bedroom windowsill. She really likes looking out the window. If I haven't told you guys that already. Donna says, I always wanted to date Jughead. Think of it. We would always get to eat. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Sarah says that I am welcome. Donna says Yoshi is adorable. And Donna says it's quantum physics according to Garfield, the cat, not the. I'm glad you specified that it was the cat, not the president. Did I ever tell you guys the story about the time my parents took me to Garfield's birthplace? So my brother was a very, very nerdy kid who was really into history and um, politics and the president and stuff like that. And he wanted to, for his birthday, he wanted to go see Garfield's birthplace. And I remember asking my mom where we were going, and my mom said that we were going to go see Garfield's house. And I got really excited. My mom couldn't figure out why I was getting so excited. And then as soon as we got there, I was so disappointed because I didn't realize that there was a president named Garfield. I thought that my mom was talking about Garfield the cat. Um, and the last thing in the world I wanted to do was visit another historic landmark. Because that's all we did when I was a kid. But I'm sure they did something more like what I wanted to do after that. But oh man, I hated going to all those stupid historic landmarks that my parents wanted to go to. Sarah's asking, "Do you remember Heathcliff?" Yeah, I remember Heathcliff. I would read him in the Sunday newspaper. And Carla is saying that they went to an event in Muncie, Indiana, the hometown of Garfield creator Jim Davis. Now, does he still live there? I would imagine he has a giant house. Um, because, in case you didn't know this, Garfield the cat is very popular. So you got Muncie and you got Munsey, Carl, and the two things are completely different, right? Don't get the two confused. I think I'm almost done with this page. I don't know if you guys want me to start on another page or if you want me to call it quits. I don't know if you guys are tired. We will be back. Oh, no, we won't be back next week. Next week is Cinco de Mayo, right? Am I right about that? Where did I put my phone? Okay, yeah, next week is going to be Cinco de Mayo, so I'm going to take next week's off so that I can Uber and make some money. But 2 weeks from now, we will be back with a guest. So Sarah's saying Heathcliff was also a Saturday morning cartoon, and she found it to stream. Huh? Where I wonder where you can find it to stream. Carl's saying not sure if he still lives there, but there are Garfield statues all over town. Huh? Interesting. So I'm from Indiana, PA, which is the hometown of Jimmy Stewart, and there's a statue devoted to Jimmy Stewart there. But Jimmy Stewart only ever set foot in Indiana once or twice after he moved out of there to move to Hollywood. Carl said it was a Muncie event in Muncie. Fun stuff. Okay, that makes sense. Muncie and Muncie. I'm about ready to fall my sleep. Good luck with Cinco. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it a night because it seems like everybody's a little bit sleepy. There will be no episode next week, but we will be back 2 weeks from now, and we will have a guest. And Sarah thinks she might have found it on Paramount Plus. Okay, I'll check it there. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show. I hope everybody, like I said, please support me by going to the Kickstarter page and clicking notify me on launch. Donna says, see you in 2 weeks. Carl says, night all. Sarah says, wow, I really came in late. You're not really that late, Sarah. I am ending the show a little bit early. But I want to thank everybody who did tune in, and I will be back in 2 weeks. Sarah says, hi bye. Hi bye to you too. Hi bye. Can you see? Hi bye.